What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Jurassic World Evolution 3 video. We are here in Sandbox mode, more specifically the Island Generator mode, where we can get all these different islands here. Ooh, these islands are really cool, real talk. Let me just go ahead and just pick a random island. You know, I'll pick this island here. And today we are going to basically go into Sandbox and play around with some of the new dinosaurs.
Staring at an example of nature's endless possibility, endless complexity. Of course, you know, there's no way to predict how that complexity is going to express itself over time, but considering that the dinosaurs are involved, I got a few educated guesses.
Okay. And they're pretty self-explanatory, so let's go ahead, maybe go into Sandbox settings. Alright, so in today's video, we are going to be checking out the brand new species that were added into the game. So we're going to go ahead and get this going, a hatchery. We're also going to get an arrival point. Now, considering all the dinosaurs are unlocked, let's see. Okay, all the dinosaurs have been unlocked. Look at that. That is so awesome. So, we are going to be looking at all the brand new species. And the redesigned Deinonychus. I should probably get an aviary going somewhere. I just did a full 2 hours of the campaign, so just to get like a feel of what it's all about. So, let me go ahead and get, what's it called? An aviary hatchery, there we go. Yeah, the new pterosaur. We only have 8 pterosaurs, but the base game pterosaurs will be returning. Alright, let's get that going. And I want to get, like, at least 1 male and 1 female of each species, so let's get that going. Alright, I'll let you guys know once everything's all set to go. Alright, and I've got the brand new species ready to go. Let's start with the pterosaur. Let's release the new Caiuajaras. So this is the new pterosaur that was released with Jurassic World Evolution 3. And honestly, looks really cool. Obviously, I'm looking at the male, and the male has a larger crest than the female does. Let me see if we can get a female. Yeah, as you can see, the female has a shorter crest. Or a smaller crest. That's cool. Alright, yeah, we got that. That looks cool. Alright, so that's the Caiuajara taken care of. Let's move on to some of the other, species. So we've got all together, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 counting the new Deinonychus. Let's start with the new Deinonychus. So these are the redesigned... Okay, so we do have a tadpole variant on one of them. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you see you got the old one. That actually works out, so we can compare the two.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome the Deinonychus to the park.
Oh, and don't worry, I'll be doing if JWE3 dinos had JPOG intros. You know what? I might even update the old ones to fit in with Evolution 3. It only makes sense, right? You'd have to let me know in the comments down below. So this is the new Deinonychus. This is the male, of course, looking cool. And then this is the female, without that feather on the head. Looking nice. And then, of course, we have one of them is the old Deinonychus. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Some of us can admire the tadpole look. So yeah, the tadpole did indeed make it, so this is awesome. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Let's move on to, I don't know, Guanlong. Let's see what Guanlong's all about. Oh! Okay, that guy was excited to come out. That was awesome. And I will make a separate video with, like, the breeding mechanics. Maybe I'll do one with, like, the Giganotosaurs, so we could do one with, like, Jay and Verna. That would be awesome, honestly. Yeah, I can recreate Jay's family. If we can get the right colors, that is. Alright, so here's the male Guanlong. Not in the best lighting. And then let me see if we can get a female. This is the female. Not really too much of a difference. The female maybe has like a less prominent crest, but that's about it, really. They look cool. These are some awesome colors. I'll have to experiment with some of them. I love how they show you the colors before hatching them. That's just awesome. Alright. Let's move on to the Lokiceratops. Our new Ceratopsian. Yeah, this guy is honestly no different from Triceratops, I would imagine, animation-wise. Of course, the males are probably going to be larger than the females.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This here is a male.
to welcome Lokiceratops to the park.
And then, of course, you got the female, which is a little bit smaller. The horns aren't as prominent, and neither is the frill. That looks awesome. So yeah, we got that. And we'll do battle royales at some point, too. Let's move on to Ornithomimus. Finally, another Ornithomimid. Let's go. These guys are pretty cool. So obviously we got the male, and here's the female.
Ornithomimus to the park.
So there's not really too much of a difference. I guess the female doesn't have as prominent feathers as the male. Those look cool. And obviously we'll be keeping our eyes peeled on the, what's it called? Any social animations or whatever. Alright. Let's get Patagotitan done. Our newest Titan. That's a cool animation. It only hatched the one, so... Look at this thing. Massive. I do love me a good sauropod, real talk. And I cannot wait for the Titanosaurus from Rebirth to come out. In, like, the Rebirth DLC. Look at him, he towers over everything. That's awesome. That's awesome. Alright, let's move on to the Protoceratops. Oh, that's cute. Those look awesome. So here's the male.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased
And
to
over
welcome
here is the female.
Protoceratops to the park.
Looking cool as all hell. That's awesome. Wow. These guys are pretty awesome. I like the Protoceratops. I've been wanting this guy to be in the game for so long because of their unique animations. But they're finally in the game. And last but not least, Psittacosaurus. Look at this. An early species of
Ladies and
Ceratopsian.
gentlemen,
We've obviously got a
we are
male,
pleased
a
to
couple of
welcome
males.
Psittacosaurus
And then this
to
is the
park.
female. I'll probably showcase the juveniles at some point. Not right now, though, but, like, at some point I will. That's the female. And then this is the male. Obviously, the male has more prominent, I don't know what you would call these, cheek horns. Don't know what you would call that, but there's that. So, yeah. Here's every single new species. Let's take a look at the Caiuajara again. At nighttime. Looking really cool. Not gonna lie. That is just awesome. And before we go, I'd like to look at the Giganotosaurus for a minute. I'm not gonna hatch any today. We're just gonna see if we can do anything with this. Alright, so the male. Okay, we can kind of have blue. So I guess we can have J. What about Verna? Okay. Alright. You know what? I will keep that in mind. So we've got Jay and Verna. All right. I'm going to save that and exit for now. And yeah, so we got the Patagotitan, the Lokiceratops, the redesigned Deinonychus, the Psittacosaurus, the Guanlong, if we can find it, the Ornithomimus. And yeah, you guys are going to have to let me know in the comments down below which of the new species is your favorite. And yeah, with that, I think that's going to wrap it up for this showcase video. I just wanted to do a quick showcase of all the brand new species that were released, and Patagotitan looks really big. It's possibly bigger than the Deinonychus. I'll have to do a size comparison. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.